Hello, everyone, and welcome to Strange Brew Media Group presents The Interviews. I am your host, Jamal Jupitur, and I want to introduce a funny soul to the show tonight. They say laughter is the best medicine for pain, and especially in this day and age, this entertainer is the perfect remedy. She's been on the Moonlight Media Music TV show, and she is hilarious. Show some love for Sheila Neville Johnson. How you doing? How you doing?
Hey.
That's cool.
How are you doing?
I'm great, man. I'm glad to have you on the show.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, that's what's happening. Now, for the world, and I do this with everybody, who is Sheila Neville Johnson?
Well, if you ask different people, they may say different things, but overall, Sheila Neville Johnson is an artist, an entertainer, meaning that, I do face painting, comedy, costume design. I do many different things, but at the end of the day, if I was to describe myself, people would say I'm pretty down to earth, low key, just genuine, just a real chick.
Right.
Just trying to enjoy myself, have a good time, and share that.
And live life. That's what's happening. Yeah, gotta enjoy life, definitely. Yep. So, what made you decide to want to make people laugh? What gave you that funny bone to do that?
Well, I like to laugh.
Okay.
So
yeah,
I like to give that back. Sometimes I'm not even trying to make people laugh. Sometimes I was the butt of the joke. But either way, it gets you through a lot of pain and circumstances, awkward situations. So laughter is like a healer. So that's the main reason I do it.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. That is really amazing. How do you prepare your material for a show?
Well, basically, when I first started, I used to try to write it down, but that doesn't work for me because my mind thinks too fast.
Yeah.
So I usually walk around. If I'm like working or something, I'll write it on a piece of paper, a napkin, a shirt, I don't care.
Okay.
But mainly I use my iPhone.
Okay.
And I'll think of something funny and I'll capture it right away. And then I'm constantly playing it back and playing it back and playing it back. So I get a concept first, then I try to create it into a joke.
Oh, okay.
And so it takes hours and days, and sometimes you think you got it right. And then as soon as you're playing it back, listen to it, you hear something better, then you got to start all over.
Wow.
I'm usually walking around in a circle talking to myself in the parking lot sometimes in the room. So people are like, what is she doing? Okay, she got together.
That's pretty cool. That's a cool little concept, man. I like that. I dig it. People have different ways of doing it. Some people, they go to parties and they watch people and they write from there, stuff like that, all types of crazy stuff. But that's a good one. Explain some of the performances you've done and the experiences you've had with earlier shows.
Okay, well, I've been a comedian going on 3 years.
Okay.
So I'm proud of that. I started when I turned 50.
Okay.
So
yeah.
I always loved comedy, but I basically was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and do this. And the first time I did it, I invited all these people and stuff, and I was like, yay. And the day of, I was super nervous.
Wow.
But
stage fright.
But once I put that mic in my hand and I started talking to people, it was easier. Now, starting from when I first started, I didn't know how to talk on the microphone. I might have talked too fast. I might be talking too fast now. I don't know.
No, you good. Yeah, you're nice.
And just basically learning to wait for the laugh.
Okay.
Because in my head, I knew the joke, but sometimes you have to allow space for the laugh. So I had to learn that. And even some stuff that I might not think is funny leading up to the joke, other people might think it's funny. So you have to pause and just learning to react to the audience. Because even if you don't get a laugh, okay, girl, that's interaction. And that helps build up to the jokes. I learned how to get a rhythm and a flow with myself and with the audience. So I'm still learning, but each time is an experience because depending on the audience, if you have like an older audience, they're going to get some of the jokes. If it's a younger audience, you might have to tell them Google some stuff,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I know how that can be. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but you, man, you killing them though. You are a natural. It's like you've been doing this for like 20, 30 something years, you know.
Yeah.
It's
Thank you.
it's in your blood, I guess, you know, because definitely doing it. Where does the inspiration for it though come from?
Well, now I can say the inspiration comes from inside. But when I was younger, you know, comedy is not something that they ask you to do when you're growing up, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you can be a singer, an actress, an astronaut. Comedy is not one. So
Right.
when I was younger, I used to read comedy books, the funny papers, the Sunday papers,
Okay.
but you know, the Bazooka Joe comics,
Oh yeah.
all that. You know, I love
Yeah.
that. And I was that kid who was just awkward sitting on the steps reading. They doing double dutch and I'm reading jokes.
Mm-hmm.
And funny story. I got time for a little funny story, little tiny story.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in camp, like 15, everybody wanted to be cool. You know, I got this award, funniest camp award, and I was mad because I was like, that is not a real award. I wanted Miss Congeniality. Okay, I was mad. I stomped up like, y'all just made this up. I had a clown on it and everything. But I appreciate it now because I realize that comedy has always been around me. It's something that I love to do.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, cartoons, old movies. So that's basically where it kind of came from.
Yeah, it could have been calling you a long time ago.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what it seems like. So how deeply rooted is entertainment for you? Meaning, does it run in your family? You know?
Well, my family, they're not in the entertainment industry.
Okay.
But we are an entertainment bunch. There's a lot of artists and athletes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And my family's small, but my grandmother had 13 kids, so it was a lot of cousins. So,
wow.
you know, it was always fun. And my cousin would be mad. I used to make them perform plays and stuff like that. Whatever skits.
You watching now?
So it's always been around. And so I've always been around a family that's a part of entertainment and talks about entertainment. So it's a part of me, but I wouldn't say anybody in my family's rooted in entertainment, you know, the traditional way.
Okay, but it's still there, you know. You know, the talent and the gifts is definitely there.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, being a woman in comedy, did you face any pressure from the male comics when you first got out there, or were they supportive of you doing that? Explain that a little bit.
Okay, so of course, being a female, there's not a lot of female comedians, especially not a lot of Black female comedians.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm based in Arizona, so there's maybe like 2 of us, right?
Oh, wow. Okay.
And
dang, that's not a lot.
Right? But when I go to a show, like I said, because I'm in there with my earrings and my little hair and everything, and I come walking in there, and then automatically people assume, oh, she's here to tell some cute little jokes. She's going to talk about whatever, right? And so I walk in, I automatically introduce myself. Like I said, I'm real down to earth. And so I create a rapport with the other comedians right away. So it kind of drops, you know, any expectations. We're talking to each other as colleagues. And so I kind of get that vibe with them initially. And still, you know, they're still like, okay, you know, female comedian, blah, blah, blah. But what I do is, because I took so long to prepare, get myself together, I work on my game. This is how I feel about guys. I feel like you guys respect game. You know what I mean? Like, as far as if you come with your A game, it don't matter if you have on jacked up shoes, tennis shoes, but if you can bring it to the court or whatever, you get that respect. So
absolutely.
Same thing, right? Yeah. So as a comedian, I do that. I bring my A game, and I find that usually when I get done with my material, it's a different rapport. They get that respect. They're like, okay, she's coming with a little something, you know? And that's how you
can
interact
be taken
with
seriously.
people.
Yeah. You know,
so
they look beyond the pretty face, you know, and then they look and they be like, well, you know, she got something going on up here and she know what's up, and you know, we can rock with that. You know, that's
so I come with the A game for real.
Yeah, you look like it. Yeah, I see that in you.
I'm a Bostonian and I'm competitive.
You're smart. I see that. Definitely. You know,
thank you.
Being a comedian is, you know, also entertainment, just like acting. Have you done any acting? And if not, do you plan on adding that to your portfolio in the future?
Yes, I have done some acting, nothing on a professional level. I've done some, you know, local theater. you know, participated in some things like little tiny, small little films. And plus, if you've been on my channel, you see that I create and write parodies.
Yeah.
And
Oh
so I
yeah.
do little
Yeah. I've
skits
seen
and
it.
stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I've seen it.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
so
I like that.
yeah,
I
so
dig
I
that.
feel like acting is in my blood, and if there's opportunity, and if you listen out there, I'm ready.
Yeah, definitely. Put her on, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
You got it. You a natural, man. Put you in there with Tiffany Haddish and some
Hello.
other actors, boy. You be tearing up the screen.
I would
I
love
ain't
it.
lying to you.
I'm ready.
I see it. Definitely. So, who were some of your favorite comedians coming up, and who do you still like to this day? You know.
Okay, so like I said, I was born in the '68, and so back then we didn't have all the stuff we have. So I loved Flip Wilson.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Geraldine. Yeah.
Okay, youngins, Google him because he is the real.
Mm-hmm.
And Carol Burnett.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I like George Burns and Gracie Allen.
Okay.
You know, I watch a lot of old shows like on AMC Classics because a lot of those have comedy in them.
Mm-hmm.
And growing up, you know, I kind of listened to the comedy albums a little bit growing up.
Yeah, I'm
Not a
from
lot.
that same era as you. I was born in '71, so.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I love Marlon Wayans.
Oh yeah,
Martin Lawrence.
Yeah.
Because they're not afraid to put it out there.
No, they ain't.
They're geniuses with their rapport, the characters, the development of the story.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like them a lot. I love Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, yeah.
I think he's a genius.
He's
anyway,
a natural at that.
I think comedy is like you have to think outside the box, and you're always thinking. And to get the laugh, I feel like it's a gift to touch somebody emotionally. So I respect them a lot.
It is, especially to touch somebody who probably had a bad day, and then they come and see you, and all of a sudden, you know, they for that moment they super happy. You know, that's hard to do. You know, and you can do that. That's a serious gift. You know, that's genius for real. You know, explain some of the things that that you got going on at the moment, though. What do you got in the works right now?
Okay, so I haven't really been performing because of COVID-19.
Yeah.
But I do have my Instagram page where I'm constantly, I think it's important to reach out, connect with people, and even just to bring a little bit of sunshine. Like, you know, sometimes if you're following me, you'll see that I might just get on there and talk about nothing, but it's real. It's always going to be real. Or just encourage people. And I feel like that's a part of comedy. Comedy is not just telling a joke. Sometimes it's just expressing a moment that's awkward.
Right.
Yeah. Finding a laugh in there. So I try to connect with people. Sometimes you see me doing something goofy.
That's the best way to connect. That's the best way to connect with people. That because they want to see that, you know.
Yeah. But I am working on stuff. So when I'm coming out there, I'm ready. That's why when I said, you know, hey, I'm ready to be in a show or whatever, movie, because I feel like every day you got to prepare as if somebody rang your doorbell tomorrow, you're ready. So I'm on it.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. Yes, indeed. You are. You know, not many people are on it like that. You know, some people sit back and lax, but, you know, you always got to be aware, you know, because you never know. You know, what can we expect from Sheila Neville Johnson in the near future? You know.
Okay. Well, you can expect me to keep on working and hustling. My goal that I'm working towards is I'm writing material so that when I get that moment, I want to do a hour special, comedy special. Because I have a lot to say. But
you should do that. Put it on my show. I'll put it on Moonlight Media. I'll break it on Moonlight Media. Yes, indeed.
See? Okay.
Yeah, I'm telling it to the world.
Okay, so see, that's what I'm doing in the future. I'm going to be doing an hour special.
Okay.
You know, at least, or make 30, whatever. I'm going to do what I can.
Yeah,
I want to thank you. See, that's how you make it happen. Okay, I do an hour. I have enough stuff.
I support you. I got you. Break it on Moonlight Media. The new seasons are starting in April, so you got some time. You know.
Okay, thank you. See.
Yes. Yes, definitely. See,
okay, that's what you can expect from me.
Yeah. Now with this comedian stuff, because I know you get racy with a lot of stuff, but are there any subjects that you won't touch when it comes to writing and performing your sets?
Oh, you think some of my stuff is racy?
Well, I mean, it can be, you know what I mean? It can be like, that's what you want, you know.
Right.
You want to be like, you know, you want it to be at people. You don't want to,
Okay.
you know, you don't want to hold back. And you don't, that's what I mean when I say that. You don't hold back. You
No.
You let it out. And that's what I like about you, you know. That's the beauty of
You
it.
know, yeah. You know what? That's who I am. Like, people that know me, a lot of people see me like this. Like, oh, look, I'm going to stab you, but I really won't.
Mm-hmm.
I really won't. But I still
See,
need
that's
to
the
scary.
racy side of it. That's the persona that you give. That's the beauty of it. That's what people want to see. I don't, you know, I think it would be pretty dull if you got up there and you didn't have no emotion and you didn't, you know, you put that finesse behind it. You know, like
that's true.
That's what makes you. That's what's so beautiful about it. You know.
Oh, I appreciate that because basically I try to keep it real. And I think people respect, because, you know, some stuff touches on race, some stuff touches on dating. Mm-hmm. But most people, I've never approached somebody who said, oh, I was offended by that, because I keep it real and I keep it relatable. Now, I'm a clean comedian, you know, but I touch on some pretty real topics.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
But I just don't curse, because if I curse, they'd be like, what? Because I don't curse in real life. Mm-hmm. So if I curse just to perform, it'd be like fake.
It wouldn't be you, yeah, absolutely.
So if it's something that I believe in, it's something that I can back up, because as a comedian, when you speak, you got to speak your truth, and you got to speak from a realness that you understand and experience. Otherwise, it's not genuine.
Yeah.
So most topics,
stand on it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll talk about anything that I feel that I can back up and I stand behind. So I don't really think about holding back, but I always try to be respectful. And tactful about it, you know.
Okay. Yeah. So, you know, that's the class. That's the class side of it. You know, do it the way you do it, but always do it with class and elegance, and you know, that's how you come off. I mean, you know, Bill Cosby was like that as a comedian. He didn't cuss, but he could make you laugh, you know. That's rare. It is. It really is.
Yeah, and that's actually a good point, because growing up when I was in college, Bill Cosby, on the airplane, you can relate. Remember, they didn't have iPhones or TVs. They used to have those things you plugged in.
Oh, yeah.
And I used to listen to the comedy things, and I heard Bill Cosby himself about the chocolate cake on the plane, and I was just cracking up, and people were like, okay, something wrong with her. And I used to listen to stuff like that in college while everybody else was jamming the TLC. I jammed to them too, but I'd be walking down the hall laughing. So stuff like that is relevant, and so that was kind of an inspiration to know that you just have to be funny. You don't have to follow everybody's lead.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Let the world know how they can see your videos and material, and also how they can reach you, you know, especially for those people who are those producers for acting and all of that, you know, let the world know.
So you can find me on Instagram, Sheila Neville Johnson. It's at She1968.
Okay.
You know, I'm also on Twitter, at She1968, and I have Sheila Neville Johnson Comedian Fan Page on Facebook. I have a YouTube. I don't frequent as often, but as I grow and get more material, I will go on there. But it's called Sheila Neville Johnson's Comedian Fan Page. Okay. And you know what? Reach out, say hello, say something on the page. I will always respond. You know, I'm about connecting with good, positive people.
Yeah.
You know, it's important for people to know that we keep it real, just like your show. You keep it real, and I respect and appreciate your show.
Thank you so much. Yes, I got to. I can't be nothing but me.
Hello.
I'll be like, what you see is what you get. You know.
Yeah.
Anything that don't look right, it ain't right.
Right.
You know. True. Yes, indeed. Is there any last words that you want to say? I can't believe we're at this interview. So it went so fast, man. It's so nice. Fast? Yeah, man. I enjoy it. You know, I could do this all day. You know, I can talk about everything all day long. But for the world, is there anything that you want to say to them before we end the interview?
Yeah, I just want to basically during these times uplift people and just say, stay motivated. Even though the world is saying you can't do anything, you have to shut it down. You don't have to. Because you got to be creative. You know what? If you want to write a story, write a story. here's a funny story about Instagram. And, I get a little long-winded, but bear with me since it's the end.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Instagram was a way for me to express my art to myself. I never expected anybody to follow me. Mm-hmm. I never expected I had Facebook for everybody else, and Instagram was for me. I used my cell phone. I learned how to edit. I learned how to write. I did everything, and I said, I'm doing a show. Uh-oh. Sorry, I hit a button. Can you still hear me?
No, you good. Yeah, I can still see you. You still on?
Okay, good. I was like,
no, you good. No, didn't nothing knock off. You good.
Okay.
You are very good.
And so I learned to do stuff on my own, whether it was the iPhone Movie Maker. Mm-hmm. And even if nobody thinks it's funny, you need to think it's funny. You need to think it's good. Mm-hmm. Create for you. Create as if you had no audience. Everything that you see on Instagram now is stuff that I did for me. Didn't expect anyone to ever see it. Mm-hmm. So just believe in you. Be positive. Another thing is be respectful, because no matter how talented you are, if you don't respect people's time and money and space and people you work with, you're never going to make it.
Yep.
Be human and be kind. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And that'll get you a long way. I think even like interacting with you is just mutual respect and appreciating, networking with people.
Yes, indeed. That's what I strive to do, because everybody out here is great. I saw something in you that made me reach out to you, and I was like, man, I got to put her on the show, because I wanted comedians on my show. Like,
oh, you did?
Crazy. I always wanted one comedian for every show, but there was I couldn't link up with enough comedians, and then I ran into you, and then Reggie Shorter. He's another funny comedian. I ran into. You guys were the two that I had on the show, and I was like, wow, so.
Yeah. I mean, it would be nice to even do an opportunity where if you do have a comedy special where it's other comedians on there.
Shout out to Reggie Shorter, by the way.
Shout out to Reggie Shorter. Hey.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. But shoot, if you know some comedians, bring them on, because I know other comedians with you. So, if you do that, send them my way as well.
Okay, sure.
More than happy to showcase.
Okay, awesome.
And of course, I'm gonna have you back on the show. We talked about that 1 hour special. I ain't forgot about it.
No, I ain't forgot. I'm ready.
Yes, indeed.
I'm ready, because now I don't have to condense it down. And it'll be fun. It'll be like that was my goal I created something for an hour already. And I said, this is my goal, and I did it. And I performed it, and it's on my phone.
Okay. Yeah.
So that when you said something like this, I won't be like, I'm like, okay, let's do it.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, the world knows about it. It's been put out into the universe, so it's gonna happen. Yep. Man, this concludes my interview with the lovely, amazing, talented Sheila Neville Johnson. It's been a pleasure. I'm so happy that I finally got a chance to get you on the show. Seriously, and I look forward to working with you, and I look forward to the special that's going to be on the show, and big things. I see big things for you, and I know it's just the beginning, but it's the beginning to something that's going to be colossal.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too. So I tell the world, look forward to seeing more from Sheila Neville, more from me, and more from all these brilliant, talented artists and entertainers. Definitely. All right, Sheila, we will talk soon. Let me know the ideas that you got. And, the ideas once you start brainstorming, send them my way.
Okay, sure will.
Go back and forth like that.
Okay.
Okay. All right. It's been a pleasure. I'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
This concludes my interview with the lovely Sheila Neville Johnson. Very funny, very brilliant comedian. Feel free to join us next week as we interview more talented and brilliant entertainers. Follow all the platforms that you see once the show fully ends. I am Jamal Jupitur, and until next time.